So I was talking a little bit about the ugly yards right now, and part of that is the ugly furniture.
Yes.
So there's a lot you can do to make your furniture look fresh and new for the season ahead.
For sure.
Regardless of what the material it's made of.
Absolutely, and I find so many people understand how to treat wood.
Right.
You can sand it, you can prime it, you can paint it, you can stain it. That seems to be kind of a very general approach. But when it comes to things like plastics and metals and even fabrics, people get stumped, and then you know what ends up happening? This chair ends up on the curb.
Right.
Which happens, right? It does happen. So now's the perfect time of year to get out and refresh all of your patio furniture, again, if you have the right products, which is key. So I've got a new chair here, right, and an old chair. And I love that you're nodding, because this chair actually looked like this chair.
It did?
A little while ago, yes. So they were exactly the same. I fixed it.
That's awesome.
With a magic product. I'm going to put on some gloves here so I can show you how I did it. There's this great, amazing product out called Recolor Wipe New. This is what it looks like. It's in a little kit.
Yeah.
And basically what it is these little wipes, and I'm going to open one up and wear gloves when the gloves actually come in the package. It's the full pack, and you basically wipe it new, and it looks wet right now, but this is actually, once it dries, the finish. Oh, I'm wiping the new one.
I'm like, that looks really new.
It looks amazing. When it dries, you're going to get this finish exactly on that chair. One coat application. You don't need to do anything other than wipe it down.
So you're actually applying something. You're not putting water on it.
It's a sealer that's on it, a chemical sealer. You want to make sure you're using it in a well-ventilated area, which we are in the studio. And you let this dry for an hour. Don't touch it for an hour. When this is dry, it's going to wipe and look just like new.
That's amazing.
Yeah, very inexpensive way to update a great piece of plastic furniture.
It doesn't matter what color the plastic furniture is.
Doesn't matter what it is. It's going to rejuvenate it completely and last a really long time out there. So even when this is actually, it stayed outside over the weekend. I thought I'd test it. We had some rain.
Right.
Looks great.
That's amazing.
Looks totally great.
That's great. Do you know how many times you can use that stuff?
Well, it's one coat application. They say only one coat. Don't put on two. You just need one coat. So I would say an annual refresh. Just wipe it once a year and you're good to go. You're absolutely good to go. Now, when it comes to plastic furniture, you may love the color that you already have, or you may not, and that's no reason to ditch it either. If you find the right products, I've got this plastic urn here. Why not make a great statement?
Oh, that's
and I've
so
done
beautiful.
the mid green here.
That's pretty.
Simple.
I love that.
So you don't necessarily want to be that homeowner that maybe paints your front door lime green or hot pink, but why not have some fun with some colors for the urn? Now the key is, again, finding the right product. So Painter's Touch is one product that it'll say right on the can, bonds to plastic, and that's what you want to look for. And in a lot of cases, if you've cleaned the plastic well, you don't need to prime. You can just go direct to the plastic and give a nice little touch of color.
Very nice. And how many coats did you put on that? Because that looks beautiful.
That's one coat.
It's gorgeous.
She would make it that much better. But one coat gives you some great color. Now, when it comes to metal, this is a piece that my mom had, my mom and dad in the backyard. It's cute, but what's not cute is all the flaking paint.
It's coming off.
A lot of this happening. So the key first to get in there is you want to wear safety glasses. You can paint metal, no problem, as you can see my before and after, but you can't paint on top of loose paint, because the paint will stick, but then it'll just flake off. So you want to use a wire brush and really get in there. Now, if you want to take this one step further and speed up the job, you can put a wire brush right on the end of your drill. That's going to help. Or use a really heavy-duty power washer, but be careful, right? You don't need to be careful where you aim, and think about what's in the background too. You don't want to blow your shed door off, if you're doing it in the backyard. So you need to be really careful. Once it's cleaned with all of the loose pieces off, it's actually really important to treat and clean the actual metal, because in some cases, like what you can see here, there's some bolt rust. There's this product that's actually a spray gel, and all you need to do is spray it on and let it sit for about 10 minutes, and probably if I had this on, it would help.
That's okay. We can't even tell. That's not even spraying.
It's totally spraying. Look at me go.
It's TV spraying.
You want to let this sit for about 15 minutes, and it actually eats into the rust. And you wipe it right away. And if you're spraying this on fresh metal, it protects the metal for 12 months.
Excellent.
So totally protected.
And that's the real work. The actual painting it is nothing.
Well,
it's
this is actually easy.
Cleaning.
You spray and then, oh, there it goes.
Oh, there it's going.
Spray and just let it sit for 15 minutes,
and then wipe it off.
Wipe it off. It's actually makes it really easy so that you're not really getting in there, and you have to be careful and wear a mask when you're working with rust, that you don't want the particles to be inhaled at all.
For sure.
And then certainly painting is always a great way to freshen up any piece of metal. And in this case, you want to make sure you're looking for a rust inhibitive paint. So Tremclad is one great product that will actually not only protect and seal the rust, but stop any more rust from forming.
Excellent.
So this is going to make it really easy, very little maintenance. And I had to bring this in because I posted a picture of painting on the weekend, and the number of questions I had.
They wanted to
with
know
spray
that.
paint. This is actually a little attachment that goes right onto my spray can, like this, and then it's an easy grip handle that I can spray and not hurt my little finger when I'm
Not only
spraying
hurt your
all
little
kinds.
finger, it gets messy.
It does.
That
It
little
totally
finger
can.
gets messy
It totally
because it's
can.
constantly pressing down. Okay, what about these fabrics?
So fabric is one thing that I think a lot of us take for granted in terms of treating. You figure we put it away, we bring it back out, you put it away, if it's gonna rain, back and forth. Instead of worrying about that and the moisture, Never Wet for fabrics is a great way to just spray a coating on. I can just spray on this one here. You just spray it, let it sit. It actually smells really lovely, if you can smell that. But check this out. You think, well, okay, what are we doing? We're actually protecting it from moisture.
Okay.
I happen to have a cup of coffee here.
Oh,
and
boy.
If you've ever sat out on your porch and
Oh,
spilled a little
no!
coffee,
I'm so
and then you just basically
clumsy.
knock it down
Oh, wow.
and feel it. Feel it. It's practically dry. Yeah.
It's dry.
It's dry. So
That
you
is
can,
amazing.
You know what this is awesome for as well?
Red wine.
Red wine. But even spraying this on camping gear.
Everything.
Tents, backpacks, if you want to repel water.
Yes.
Or even the kids' sneakers, running shoes.
Very smart.
It'll help repel all the water off. So, you know, rain boots are always great, but when in doubt, give a little bit of a spray of the Never Wet, and you're going to protect and seal all your outdoor fabrics.
Very cool. I would almost try that on sneakers too, because
I'm
my
clumsy.
morning
I,
run.
Like, drop my coffee down myself.
Oh
all the time.
no! Look, put it on my
actually,
clothes.
the one thing to note is too, it doesn't change the integrity of the fabric. It's still soft and it doesn't discolor the
It doesn't
fabric
get
either.
crispy.
Exactly.
Right?
No crispy.
You don't want that.
No.